Welcome to Salty Expeditions. I'm super thrilled to have you here on my new YouTube channel where I'll be sharing a lot of content going forward about the explorations and adventures that I go on. For many years I wanted to create a different lifestyle for myself. I had been living in Copenhagen in Denmark for 8 years, working in an office and going off on the career path. But in 2018 I turned all of that around and created a complete freedom to do whatever I wanted. Right now I'm in the middle of a great van life adventure in Mexico, crossing the whole country from East Coast to West Coast and going up north, maybe at some point hitting the American border. To get you all started on the channel, I want to go a little bit back in time, and we'll start out in May of 2018 where I went to the island of Sardinia in Italy with my ex-girlfriend at the time. This is where van life started for me. I always had an idea about living in a van and exploring, but I never took it to the test. So these 7 days in Sardinia would prove to be the verification of van life being a lifestyle for me. So please enjoy this video where we go to Sardinia, explore the island, and it will be the precursor for great things to come. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you want to, feel free to comment below in the comment section. I would love to hear from you, where you're watching from, what kind of lifestyle you're living, if you're on adventures as well. And please do remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future episodes. Please enjoy. Upon arrival, we settled in our little camper van, which we had found on Airbnb. From the very first day, it was pretty evident that Sardinia had a lot of breathtaking views to offer. After a less than successful attempt of walking the entire distance of the boardwalk on my hands, I resorted to picking up some plastic instead. After depositing it in the trash cans on the beach, there was only one thing left to do: head straight for the Big Blue. Driving around the island of Sardinia was pretty incredible. It was filled with small cozy villages, and we even got to drive through one of those small arches where you barely think the car can fit through. On the southern tip of the island, we went down a dirt road which seemed to never end. It was leading down to some incredible sand dunes called Spaggia delle Dune. This would be our parking spot for the night. The following morning we went off again. And on the way back, we came across this abandoned mining city. It looked pretty daunting and a little bit haunted, but it was a beautiful sight to behold. We were bound for the northwest tip of the island where Grotta di Nettuno was, Neptune's cave. But on the way, we found a few small spots to stop by and check out. Sardinia has a lot of secluded beaches, which are hidden from the public view. If you go exploring, you will find some pretty incredible places. We even did a slightly bit of trespassing, crossing a farmer's field to get to a waterfall, which was apparently pretty amazing. Sadly, at this time of year when we visited the island, there was no water to be found in the waterfall. The view, though, was still pretty spectacular. Upon arrival to Grotta di Nettuno, I thought it would be a good idea to do a little bit of warm-up before we were going to take on the hundreds of steps leading down to the cave. never ceases to amaze me how earlier civilizations with a lot less advanced tools than we have today were able to create structures like these. Even the seagulls were showing off for us. Filled with anticipation after having completed the descent, we entered the cave. Sadly, a lot of tourists had just been dropped off with a boat, and we were not keen on joining a big party to walk around the caves, so we turned around and started going up. On the way up, we came across this confused seagull chick which must have fallen out of its nest. It couldn't find its way over the barrier, but it made its way in the end. After 7 days of driving, we had made our way around the island. Filled with adventures, this had been the last sleeping spot for the trip. After jumping into the clear blue waters of Sardinia for the very last time on this trip, I was definitely left with the feeling that van life was something for me. But first, there was further adventures to be had with the backpack on the back.